Hi, welcome to the Destin Business Forum, brought to you by the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. Our first guests are some repeats, right? I always like having repeat guests. Jeannie Dailey from Newman-Dailey Resort Properties Incorporated.
That's right.
And who is this you have with you, Mr.?
This is Mr. Ken Wampler.
And what is his position there?
Ken is now our president of our Association Management Division and also Business Development.
All right, Ken, is that a new position for you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it was last month.
Yeah, 1st of May.
Okay.
Lori Smith, who'd been with us for 25 years, retired, and Ken has taken over at the helm.
So the rule at Newman-Dailey is 25 years and you're out, except you can't leave.
Yeah.
So for the 2 or 3 people that don't know about Newman-Dailey, will you just give a general overview of what all you do? Because I know it's a lot.
Yeah, well, we're a full-service real estate company. We focus on vacation rentals, association management, and real estate sales, and marketing of all of our product. We've been in business for 27 years here in the greater Destin area, and our goal is to be the #1 choice for real estate services in the greater Destin area.
So how would you say the business of real estate rentals and all that is going so far this year?
Phenomenal.
It looks like it is.
Thank you, Lord. We are totally blessed, and it's really like back to the old days, Amy, when you just picked up the phone and you made reservations. Real estate people were coming in, buyers were coming in wanting to buy, and associations are running strong, and it's just been fantastic. And after all the long, hard years that we've suffered, really since 2004 when Dennis hit, it's been a lot of long, hard road to toe. But, thank goodness BP, offered all that money to our local area, and they ran a lot of commercials. They're running a lot of commercials. And
help get the word out.
Help get the word out, yeah. And it's really proving that advertising works.
Exactly.
It's really what it's doing.
I was talking to somebody, I think, on the last show, and we were talking about the Destin area and how great it is. And you can come to a beautiful place, see the emerald green waters, the sugar white sand, and you don't have to use your passport.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think maybe a lot of people in the other parts of the country don't know that.
Right.
And with this advertising, they're finding out about that. Okay, Mr. Wampler, you are on the hot seat. Tell me about association management, what all you do. Do you manage all sizes of associations?
Yeah, we do. Actually, Amy, we manage 29 different associations, ranging from size. The smallest one that we have is 8 units, and the largest one that we have is 435. The majority of them are actually less than 100 per association, and some are homeowners associations, some are condominium owners associations, and some are master property owners associations. So it runs the gamut.
And the difference, the condo association obviously is a condominium governed by 718, I would imagine.
Yes.
And then the homeowners, and then the master, kind of explain what a master association
Master
is.
association, if you get a development that has, let's just take something like Sandestin, everybody's familiar with Sandestin, or Silver Shells. Silver Shells, the general landscaping and the common area around the buildings is a part of the Master Owners Association.
Okay.
Each building has its own condominium owners association. So within that property at Silver Shells, there's actually 6 different owners association. They fall under 718, even though the master has no condominiums within it as members.
Gotcha.
That makes sense?
So you manage all different types, masters, homeowners, and condominiums.
And also commercial. You have several
Yeah, that's
commercial.
right. We actually have 2 commercial plazas, 3 commercial plazas that we manage: Fountain Plaza in Mirabar Beach, Holiday Plaza, and Geronimo Plaza, and they're all commercial, which is real neat.
Unfair question, but what's your favorite type to manage?
Favorite types?
Homeowners, condominium,
One
masters.
with happy homeowners.
Exactly.
I'd say the ones that do not have any collections issues, those would be the favorite, because obviously that gives you a cash flow pinch, as well as enters into all other issues, whether it's covenants enforcements or whatnot. So we like to have happy dues-paying homeowners in associations.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I had a couple of questions. I know that there is a mechanism that if, let's say there is a unit that is owned by somebody, but they don't live there, they rent it out, and they're not paying their association dues, so they're not making you happy. They have renters that are paying them. What can the association do, or what would you do for the association?
Well, one of the things that happened in the Florida statute was they gave the power to the association to do something about that versus sit back and wait for the lien to foreclose. Right now, I believe it was Senate Bill 1196 that passed that said associations, once they resolve in their actual board meeting and the homeowners meeting, resolve to begin demanding rent from the tenant and from the unit owner once they get 90 days past due. There's notices that have to be done, but once you get to 90 days, there's no reason why the association can't demand rent from the tenant. And if they don't, then you go through the eviction process, which no one wants to go through the eviction process. They'd rather you just pay your rent to the association. It gets applied to what's owed on that unit by that owner, so it isn't spent for anything else, but at the same time, the association gets cash flow.
Right. And it's not like they're making extra money off of it. They're just trying to collect the association dues that haven't been paid before.
Right. And once that's paid in full, the owner then gets the rent money back.
Collecting the money. Okay.
And Ken, in their office, you have what's your percentage of success ratio of collection of past due dues for associations that
We've been fortunate that there's about 92 to 95% of all of our collections are actually recovered, even though the state limits what you're legally supposed to get, i.e. 1% of the original mortgage or 12 months, whichever's less. We've been
For homeowners.
And condominium owners. We've been able to actually get more than that with our negotiations with the attorneys and the banks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Been hugely successful.
And that just helps associations. I've had some experience with associations, especially the smaller ones. If you get a couple people that are behind, if they're going through a foreclosure, odds are they're not going to pay the association either. And sometimes those foreclosures can last a long time. And it just is so tough, especially if you've got 8.
Exactly.
And 2 of those 8 don't pay, or half of those 8 don't pay. It's a really tough thing.
Yeah.
So what else is going on at Newman-Dailey?
We've just been working hard and excited about a new season, and Big Kahuna's turned on the water slides, or the park is open, so summer's here.
Does that officially signal?
That announces summer is here. When the water falls on and Kahuna slides are going, then
there you go. I never thought about that.
That's
but I think
that's to me, it's always my great indication.
Okay, I gave you a second to catch your breath. I'm going to ask you another
sure.
question. Okay. You have this look of relief.
Fire away.
Okay, we talked about the association being able to step into the shoes of the owner for purposes of collecting rent and then evicting if they don't pay the rental over. Compare that to if you just have let's say an owner is living in the unit and they're not paying their association dues. What else can an association do to get their money?
Well, heaven forbid that you have a situation where an owner is living in their primary residence, whether it's a condominium or a home, and they've stopped paying their dues. The association, obviously, with proper notice, can file a lien against that owner, and then at some point, the association can foreclose on that lien. Okay. We hope to never do that, especially if it's someone's primary residence. But that's the other option that the homeowners association has. And then once the judge grants the association foreclosure, then you have to go through what's called a writ of possession, and then that basically says that the owner has so many days to get their possessions and move out. And we've been fortunate; we've only had one situation that came close to that. And actually, what the association did was allow the owner to stay in the unit and just rent the unit,
rent it back.
So at the end of the day, we don't want anybody to be out on the street, but the association, all the members, if there's 8 members and 2 are not paying, then 6 are paying the way for 8, and it just becomes real hard to tolerate if someone's actually living there and taking advantage of the pools and getting the cable and all those things that are part of the homeowners association.
Right. I think that's important to understand that those association dues go to pay for pools, security if they have it, electricity,
insurance.
Insurance is a really important thing,
Water.
and water.
That's right.
So it's not like anybody's getting rich off of that money. So anyway.
Yeah, they're basically, their budget does zero profit every year.
Exactly.
If I can speak.
They can't make a profit. All right, our time is up. I've had fun talking with you. I had like 5 more association questions to ask you, but come back. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, I can't come back?
You can come back.
Okay.
I just didn't have 5 more questions to ask you. Thank you so much, and we'll look for Newman-Dailey.
Thank you, Amy.
Signs
it's great to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thanks
so much.
We'll be back.